What's up, everybody? Andrew Mahone here with Tricky Jim. Gonna be playing a game on PTCGO today, and today we're rocking Shining Genesect. So this is a brainchild that I had while on a run today. This is more likely than not going to be a bad deck, but I decided I wanted to give it a shot. This deck does get a few cool tricks with the release of Forbidden Light. We do have Beast Ring, which, although does not accelerate to our Shining Genesects, unfortunately, deck would be busted if it did, but we do have Pheromosas that we can accelerate to with Beast Ring, and then Shining Genesect has that ability which brings energy to itself. So we can use Beast Ring, get energy onto our Pheromosas, and then bring that on to Shining Genesect, and hopefully the idea is that we get a Venusaur out and start cranking out some huge amount of damage. Now, I'm not exactly sure how viable this thing is, but we're going to give it a shot. Could be fun with the rise of decks like Greninja Break and potentially Greninja GX. Then maybe a grass deck does have a place in the meta. There are a whole bunch of different ways you could play this thing. And this is a great start for us. Okay, this is pretty much anything we could possibly want. So let's see. Hello there, Mr. Brawlin. What's up? Looks like we've got ourselves a pretty busted opening hand, have to say. Definitely love that. That's ideal. And I'm going to pass it off to my opponent here. They get to start things off. But we play 4 Max Elixir, we're playing 3 Beast Ring, and we're playing a relatively thin Venusaur line. I think the idea of the Venusaur line is that it's kind of just like we get it out when we get it out. The main idea of this deck is that we're trying not to give our opponent any EX or GX targets early in the game. We want to flood the field with either Venusaurs or Genesects and kind of just plug away with that. Use Beast Ring and Max Elixir to keep energy in play, then eventually double up our energy with these Bulbasaurs here. So that would be awesome. Now, opponent does get the Buzzwole into the active there. That's pretty good. I want to save this rare candy. I don't really care if my opponent hits into Genesect or whatever. I mean, honestly, kind of just put this energy wherever you want to start because you're going to be able to energy reload it later wherever you please. So we do have a Nest Ball here. That's cool. I don't have a Venusaur, but we do have another guy for next turn. What an Ivysaur there. That's pretty good. I know that my opponent's deck probably does not play any sort of Parallel City, so I can kind of fearlessly just put energy into play wherever I want. I think I will. Sure, let's energy reload. Let's have some fun. Let's go put that energy there. And then I could energy reload to the active, but I'm not going to do that. That seems silly. Then we're just going to pass to my opponent here. So this is pretty cool. I mean, if we do get a Venusaur into play next turn, we can Gaia Blaster for like 2, 4, 6, 8, like 130, which is a lot of damage. Decks don't have a lot of great ways to deal with Shining Genesect's 130 hit points. Zoroark can't knock that out in one hit. There are a bunch of reasons why that is pretty good. We're going to evolve this Ivysaur here. Ivysaur is a tank. It's got 100 hit points, which is totally nuts. Then we are going to attach here and Cynthia. I'm not going to put down my Pheromosa GX yet. That is kind of like our... Ooh, we've got a bad hand. Yeah, that's fine. Wow. I mean, just goodness gracious. That's totally okay. I think we just sit on this, wait to see what my opponent does. We can't attack or anything yet. Yeah, so we're just going to pass on to you, my guy, and see what's up next. Obviously, getting a Venusaur out would be really good. An Ultra Ball. We play a ton of supporters in this list. I mean, a ton. We've got like 4 Sycamore. We've got like 4 Cynthia. And we've got 3 N, and Ultra Ball and Lele. So we've got a lot of options there. But... we've got a Max Elixir. Okay, so looks like we are kind of just going to have to go in with Gaia Blaster, though that's not exactly what we want to do. We would rather be able to double it up here, but we don't exactly have that as a luxury. I think we kind of just have to go in with that, and let's retreat. And we're just going to go in and Gaia Blaster. Yes, my opponent will probably Knuckle Impact me, but that's okay. I don't necessarily want to throw this Max Elixir down, considering I'm looking at 6 energy in play right now. I think we kind of wait and see on that one. So let's just Gaia Blaster here do our 110. We expect my opponent to knock me out. That's a little bit frustrating, but like I said, we are playing Beast Ring and stuff like that in here. So once my opponent takes some prize cards, we do have those as options to accelerate as well. Like I said as well, this is our, we got an absorption. My opponent does not plan on putting Lycanroc down or anything like that. Probably not, considering I've got a field full of grass Pokemon. Oh, what do you know? Another grass energy. That's just fantastic. Okay, we could go up and high jump kick. That doesn't really make a lot of sense. My opponent probably wants to do something cute like, I probably just want to Jet Punch again. They could Jet Punch and just do a lot. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go here. Let's retreat. I think we actually keep it active there. And then let's just pass. I mean, I guess if they Guzma and knock out this thing, that would be frustrating. If they get like a double knockout. They can't double knockout. They'd have to like Knuckle Impact, something like that. But we do have to place an energy, so let's do that. Like I said, I want to save that Max Elixir, see if we can draw out. Now, our goal here is to very much control the pace of the game. We don't want to let my opponent take GX knockouts. I thought about maybe originally running Octillery in this list, but the deck is like very tight. I wanted to see if I can just get away with just playing Lele and lots of supporters, then we were going to do that. But a hand with like, goodness gracious, I mean, a hand with like 5 energy in it or whatever, we've just got a ton of energy in this hand. And there's not really anything I can do about that. It's not from me playing any lack of supporters, that's for sure. Definitely playing supporters in here. I think we're just drawing into a bum hand. So I'm going to try this out a couple times and see if we can't get anything moving here with the Shining Genesect deck. So my opponent is going for Sycamore. They're probably going to Jet Punch and hit into this Ivysaur. If we can actually get that Ivysaur up to a Venusaur and maybe get a supporter card, we're going to be in this game for sure. I mean, we can definitely, if we just draw into our cards, like we are in business here. I don't really mind, that happening here. I do mind if this Ivysaur eventually gets up to, gets KO'd. That is going to bother me. So let's try to keep, we got an N. Okay, so about time here. Let's take a look at the good old deck, see what we got going on. My opponent does have 4 prizes remaining, means it's Beast Ring time. Time to go beast mode if we can. I think I am going to try and hit this Max Elixir just because I want to draw into as many cards as we can. So let's end here. Hopefully we get a Venusaur. That means we get a knockout. We did get a Venusaur, so that is really good. We also got a Beast Ring, so we're going to be able to throw tons of energy into play this turn. Let's evolve that Venusaur there. And then let's also hit that Beast Ring. I think we want to accelerate some energy, put some energy back into our deck too with that Super Rod. So let's do that. Throw in, 2 energy probably and a Genesect seems good. Then we are going to Beast Ring. And I love this. This is just so sick. Look, and then we've got him on the Pheromosa there. Then we can energy reload back to the Venusaur, retreat for free. We're doing like a ton of damage this turn. We do have to watch out for that Sledgehammer there. That is a little bit annoying. So I don't actually want to put, more energy than I have to onto the Shining Genesect. We want to make sure that we can knock this thing out next turn. My opponent might come up with Lycanroc, but that's okay. We're just going to see what we can pull off here. If my opponent does knock out the Shining Genesect, at least we can go next turn and, maybe load up a backup Shining Genesect there, which would be super cool. So let's just Gaia Blaster, knock this thing out. We don't want to put another energy on it. There's no need to. We've got this energy in play. The cool thing is, if my opponent does knock out the Shining Genesect, we got a rare candy as well. My opponent does knock out the Shining Genesect. They're still in that Beast Ring range. So I do get to potentially hit another Beast Ring, get more energy into play that way, which would just be super sick. So that's kind of like the idea of the deck here. I think it's definitely neat. Now with the Diancie, I think my opponent is hitting that knockout. It's 140. That's unfortunate. I really wanted to fit Fighting Fury Belts in this deck. I think Fighting Fury Belt would be really good, considering that Buzzwole decks usually are not playing Field Blower. I think I did see, actually no, I did not see a Field Blower from my opponent's side so far. No, but some Buzzwole decks do. Most Buzzwole decks do not. I wonder if my opponent is going to go for the Venusaur here. No, they're just going to knock out the Genesect. I think that's a smart move. Take that thing out while you can. You can see fighting Fury Belt would be very good, but I am definitely, in a tight spot for space. So that is a luxury that we might not be able to afford. Let's just go in here, and I think Ultra Ball for, we could get an Ivysaur out. I feel like I want to get another Genesect out though, so let's just do that. Let's just Ultra Ball away the Field Blower and the Rare Candy. Let's get another Genesect. And then Pheromosa is kind of like our ace in the hole here. We can go in with that Pheromosa at the end of the game just with 1 energy and Beauty GX, which does, it's like an insane, it does like a ton of damage. I need to actually look into that a little bit more. But I think here we just Cynthia. We don't want to put down a GX if we don't have to. We want to keep the pace of the game very slow. Let's see here. We do have, we have Knockout on this Buzzwole. Let's attach the energy here, and let's energy reload. Take one of those grass off, put it to the Genesect. Let's energy reload this guy as well. Take an energy off there, put it to my other Shining Genesect here. Then I think, we just retreat for free. That's good. And we're going to be able to knock this thing out. We got to anticipate that my opponent's going to go in with a Lycanroc next turn. If they do go in with a Lycanroc, then I've got Knockout with the Shining Genesect right back. So that's pretty cool. Let's just take it here. Gaia Blaster for Knockout, 130 damage. That's perfect math. Fantastic. Take our prize there. Got another Guzma. I'm a little conflicted about Guzma in this deck. Guzma definitely feels good, but I don't really know if we have a lot of time to be playing Guzma. I've been trying to figure out what our ideal turns are looking like in this list. I'm not exactly sure, but I do know at this point, I think like our Pheromosa GX is going to be insane. If I knock out this Lycanroc GX, all I need to do, go get Pheromosa, attach a Grass Energy to it, Beauty GX, game. So that is going to be wild. I think it does 50 damage times the amount of prizes I've taken. That, or it's 50 damage times the amount of prizes my opponent has taken. So it's something like that. I know I would like to fit Choice Bands in here too, just to help me hit some good math against Pokemon that have like 100. 190 is fine. That's like, if we have 3 energy and a Venusaur, that's like 170. So we would need 4 energy and a Venusaur to hit 190. That's a lot, actually. But we actually haven't seen a lot of we've seen 1 Max Elixir this game. So we haven't actually seen a lot of our deck right now. We don't have a ton of it. But like I said, I play a ton of supporters to try and make up for the fact that, and let's actually read this, does 50 damage for each prize card your opponent has taken. So we could just go up, do 200 damage to that Buzzwole, but that doesn't win us the game. I've already played my Super Rod, so I think we have to try and bank on winning the game without that Pheromosa GX. I don't feel comfortable just ending here. We definitely need to dig with Sycamore to try and get our hands on as much juice as we can. We need to hit a Max Elixir, probably want to get a Beast Ring too. We can't really go in. With that GX yet. My opponent's only got 2 prizes left to take, so we definitely have to just Sycamore and hope for the best here. We've got a Max Elixir and a couple grass, so that would allow me to get 3 energy onto my Shining Genesect, which isn't quite enough, unfortunately. So my opponent might just be able to scrape out the win here. I needed to hit a Beast Ring. Oh, no, a Beast Ring. I needed to hit the Beast Ring last turn. I don't know what I'm thinking. I didn't have the option for Beast Ring this turn, so looks like we're going to be a little bit short here. Definitely a bummer. I think we need Choice Band or something like that just to sweeten our damage output just a little bit more. But, I mean, what more could we have done? We did our best here with our first draft of our Shining Genesect deck. So this is about as good as it gets. I don't know, man. I don't think there's anything else I can really do. I think we're just stuck here doing 170. How sad. We didn't quite get there. So I think my opponent here, I mean, they can just retreat and knock me out with their... Oh, they can't, they can't Dangerous Rogue me, but they can Claw Slash me for knockout here, which is pretty good. And I mean, then I don't really have a lot left. I had 2 energy on it. I think this is my last Shining Genesect as well. So maybe we need to take a couple, take a couple changes to this list. Take a look at it a little bit. The deck definitely would need to be able to beat Buzzwole. I think fighting Fury Belt would help us do that. I'm just not exactly sure what we can afford to cut. I do like the idea of the deck. I think that it's a strong concept. I think that, we do have a lot of synergy within the cards here. I think the Beast Ring and Energy Reload thing is super cool. But let's see what my opponent's got. I mean, they could just retreat and attack enemy with Lycanroc. That seems a little bit sketchy, though. I'm not exactly sure if that's something they want to do. Oh, yeah, they are going to do it here. So they're saying, like, they don't think that I'm going to be able to whoop up a knockout, especially if they end me. So they are going to Claw Slash here. And now I just wish I had something else I could do. I can't Beast Ring anymore. Oh, we are just out of it. And my opponent has a full juiced up hand. Obviously, Buzzrock is just such a good deck right now. And I don't think my Shining Genesect can really live up to it. Oh no, but it was a fun attempt. I mean, this at least we did do the thing we set out to do. I mean, we thought we were going to Beast Ring, and then we thought we were going to Energy Reload. I did do that. I got the Venusaur in play. It just, we don't have quite enough juice here to be able to take out Buzzwoles. That one knockout there was crucial. And now we're just out of juice. We're just out. I think we got nothing. I could Sycamore, but I can't do anything here. I don't even have an attacker left in my deck, I'm pretty sure. I think we just go Ultra Ball here. We take a look at the deck. Yeah, ain't nothing in here, man. There ain't nothing in here. We got Beast Ring, 1 Max Elixir, no attackers. My opponent's got it, so good game to my opponent. Gonna let them know, well played, and then we out of here, man. We ain't got nothing. Let's go ahead, take a look at this list real quick and see what we can do as far as potentially making it a little bit more viable. Then I'll rock one more game out and see if we can't improve our results a little bit. But gonna take another look here. That was literally my first game ever with a Shining Genesect deck. I felt like, yes, we definitely need 4 Shining Genesect. That is like not an option. I felt like we definitely needed the Ivysaur here. The Nest Ball seems good. You want to be able to search out your Pokemon. I mean, the supporter counts, I feel like we need high supporter counts. We don't have a lot of other stuff going on. 12 energy seemed good here. Let's take a look at the Pokemon. Now, our Pokemon, the 2 Pheromosa, I mean, the Pheromosa is good because it allows you to execute that Beast Ring play. The Beast Ring play is definitely needed here. I think that is like one of the concepts of the whole deck, is that you could just do that. I think we might have to like skimp out on something here in order to fit in maybe a couple of Fighting Fury belts, just to give our Genesects, that or Choice Bands, just to give our Genesects that little extra oomph to get to that, maybe 190 hit point threshold would be super good. So even just like 2 Choice Bands would be really good. We could get super greedy here and just play like 2 Float Stones. I think that's probably fine. I mean, we are playing 2 Guzmas. I mean, that does give us a very realistic threat to get our Venusaurs just like stuck in the active position though, so I don't like super love that. But if we do have Venusaur out, we can just attach 2 energy to our Venusaur and start like attacking or something if our opponent is like really trying to be about that life. And then, I don't know, we could cut Nest Ball. Nest Ball does seem good though. And let's see, any Pokemon we can cut? No, we're pretty much skimping on all these things here. We're pretty much as low as it goes. But I think maybe we could cut a Rare Candy. That's super sketch. We'll never get Venusaur out if we do that. I think maybe we can cut an N. I don't know. Cutting the supporters is just super, super sketch, considering that we don't actually play a ton of them. But I think, maybe we will cut, we'll cut like 1 Sycamore here. And we'll put in a couple Choice Bands, see how we do. Okay, this is the life we live in here. Let's see how we do with this beautiful rendition of the Genesect deck. And we're going to give it one more go here on PTCGO. See if I can actually win a game with Shining Genesect. Had some people asking in the comments for some fresh, new, and original decks. I mean, definitely I don't claim that this is this is like my deck by any means. No, I've seen Shining Genesect before. Harrison Grandish definitely was the first person. I mean, he did amazing at the that one regional championship, top 16. What was it? I don't know whatever regional I finished top 8 at. I forget which one it was, but yes, that regional championship, Harrison kind of pioneered the deck and made everybody kind of look at it, be like, huh. Can Shining Genesect actually be a card? And I think with Beast Ring accelerating definitely gives us some more options. So that is very cool. Let's start things off here and just try to go ham. I want to, now that I actually have these Max Elixirs in hand, I'm going to get rid of a Rare Candy and a Field Blower. Going to go get myself a Bulbasaur. And then I think we can just accelerate energy to the Bulbasaur, which is super cool. We can Max Elixir to the Bulbasaur and then bring it up with the energy reload. So I love that. Let's see if we could hit that Max Elixir. We do got one there, and then let's try to hit another one. Oh yeah! So we've got 2 energy there. That is busted. And then here we are doing exactly what we were born to do as a Genesect deck. And then let's Cynthia and see what we got going on here. Well, yep, that's exactly what a Genesect deck does. Does not. Okay, no, we're cool. We don't have a Rare Candy, but we got not a lot else going on. I could try to hit that last Max Elixir on the Bulbasaur. I don't think that Bulbasaur is actually going to get knocked out, so I will try to go for it. No, didn't get there, so that's fine. Unfortunately, had to Ultra Ball away a Rare Candy in order to get that Bulbasaur, and I guess I could have gotten rid of the grass energy, but I wanted to save as much grass in my deck as I could. So here we go. We out here with Shining Genesect. Can we beat a Necrozma deck? We got to try last time against Buzzwole. Didn't quite get there, though we did put up a fight. I think there are potentially a few things that we could do to try and sweeten the matchup a little bit. Maybe instead of Guzmas, we end up playing something like Counter Catcher. I've also considered like Counter Energy, but Counter Energy is useless with the Venusaur in play, since Venusaur only doubles each basic grass energy. But if you didn't have Venusaur in play, then Counter Energy would double up an energy attachment, which is pretty neat. But I think you just want pure grass energy in here just because it jives best with your Beast Ring and with your Max Elixir. So definitely there. Now we have already thrown down 3 Max Elixir, but we do have a lot of energy in play. We are going to have a lot of energy in play turn 2 here, so that is super good. And one of the benefits of this deck is that the Necrozma here, Dark Flash, does not actually knock out a Shining Genesect. So that is very good. If my opponent wants to knock out a Shining Genesect, they're going to have to do it with the Necrozma GX. And my opponent, you can see they already know that because they are trying to accelerate energy to the Necrozma GX already here. So you can see that that is on their mind. I don't necessarily want to get this Genesect knocked out this next turn here. I would like to save it. So we'll see if we can't maybe... I have no interest in really hitting into this Tapu Lele for anything less than a one-hit knockout. I would like to preserve my energy a little bit more. Let's attach the energy to the Bulbasaur first. I mean, then we can kind of like finagle things around. If I decide I want to energy reload, I can. Maybe I hit a Float Stone and can retreat. I think that's probably fine here. So let's do that. I don't actually want the Choice Band on my active right now. And let's just Sycamore. Maybe we hit a Venusaur, which would be sweet. Oh, we almost got there, but not quite. So that's fine. I could, Pheromosa, definitely cool here. I like taking the Float Stone off my opponent's Necrozma. That makes things a little bit easier too. I think I evolve this Ivysaur. And then, I don't know, promoting the Pheromosa, I'm putting the Pheromosa down seems bad right now. I think I don't do that. I think I do just Field Blower the Float Stone. Then I can energy reload Gaia Blaster for 110. I mean, that Tapu Lele will probably be there. I mean, all my opponent has to do is probably hit just a Malamar. And yeah, they just have to hit a Malamar in order to knock me out next turn. So I think I would rather just like save my energy on this Ivysaur rather than attack into the Tapu Lele, even though I could attack into the Tapu Lele. But I don't know, maybe my opponent doesn't have it. We'll see here. I think Sure, we'll energy reload. We'll just do it. We're gonna go in and hit a turn 2 Gaia Blaster. So that's pretty cool. Here we go. 110. Now, unfortunately, we do just have that 130 hit points, which is good if your opponent's attacking with Dark Flash. But getting the turn 2 Prismatic Burst here, gonna be a bummer for us. It looks like my opponent's going to get a Lele and probably a Sycamore if I had to guess. Odds are they are going to hit a Malamar and a Energy. That's all they need in order to perform that Prismatic Burst attack to knock out my Genesect. So sad. So they will probably be getting that next turn. It looks like maybe Shining Genesect just does not have quite enough hit points to be able to deal with these, quick and efficient decks. And also just getting the energy into play is a little bit more challenging than I was imagining on my run today. I was just like, oh yeah, it's insane. You just you just have tons of energy in play all the time. Not exactly the case. It looks like Venusaur really just keeps you on the edge of attacking every turn. You're not guaranteed to attack at all. I mean, really just you're probably getting 2 energy on a Genesect every turn. So as long as my opponent got an energy attached to the Lele, they're going to be able to retreat. But if they missed an energy and a Float Stone, then they're really going to be in a tough spot. That would be insane. But I have to imagine that they've got all the pieces. I mean, a Sycamore is a plenty of draw there. So we have to think that they're probably going to get it. There's an invasion. Do they have the Float Stone or an energy? Maybe not. They have to have a Float Stone. You're just slow rolling me here. They got a Parallel City. They're going to get rid of the Lele's. I like it. Okay. Now what do you got? Float Stone? Oh, they missed. Oh, so you're saying there's a chance. Okay, let's go, Venusaur. You were made for this moment. All right, let's see what we can do. I would like to knock out that Necrozma, Dawnwing's Necrozma this turn. That is for sure. So let's start out. I think I want to attach an energy to my Bulbasaur here. I could attach energy to Pheromosa GX. I think I'm just going to save the Pheromosa GX though. Don't want to give my opponent any sort of GX targets, and we just want to spread our energy out. Oh goodness, I don't actually have. That's fine. I can energy transfer. So let's just end here and say if I do get the Venusaur, then I don't have the Venusaur, so that is frustrating. Goodness, that's fine. We are cool. Let's just go ahead and we're going to throw our Pokemon down a little bit. Oh, and I forgot. Yeah, we also have this Parallel to deal with, so we probably were not going to be knocking that thing out. But it's all good. It's all good. Let's just let's bring an energy over to my good old friend Shining Genesect over here. And then let's just retreat. I mean, my opponent, they would have to have Guzma this turn. I mean, they probably do have Guzma to knock me out, but I think I would prefer them to just use the Guzma if they had to. And yeah, I mean, if they Guzma knock out my Shining Genesect, that's fine. I think, that, or I do just hit into the Dawnwings. Hitting into the Dawnwings, I probably do hit into the Dawnwings. That's probably for the best. So let's just do that. And then hopefully next turn I can hit a Field Blower or just get a ton of energy onto this Shining Genesect here. So let's just Gaia Blaster again. No use in putting more energy than I need onto this Shining Genesect here. I do need to remember to take this into account. Parallel City that way is super annoying. And I think, oh my gosh, are both my Field Blowers down too? I think I'm only playing 2 Field Blowers. Oh, they paralleled themselves. Are they going to parallel me now? That would be interesting if they paralleled me the other way. Oh, they probably want to flex their own bench out, which is why they would have gotten rid of the Parallel City, which is, that's great. I mean, I'm totally cool with that. Maybe they're going for Lele. No, they got Mew. It's actually really good. I really like the Mew in this deck, so that's cool. I think that Mew is something that's missing from a lot of players' lists right now. I think it does a lot in the mirror. It's just a nice, versatile attacker to have. No pun intended. I know a lot of Mews do have versatile as an attack. They do have the knockout on my Genesect this turn. Fortunately, I am not able to activate that B-String quite yet. Gonna have to wait on that. I do not want to Sycamore this B-String though. I've already gotten rid of 1 B-String. I would like to keep it if I can. So let's see what we could do. We can Guzma up this Dawnwings, knock that out. That would be pretty cool. Then the following turn, we could B-String. Yeah, I think that that's probably the best play here. So just to keep ourselves on pace to do what we need to do, I think we just go energy here, and then let's energy reload, and let's bring up I think we bring up that Dawn Wings. That, or we could Cynthia here, go for the Venusaur. If we hit the Venusaur, then like that is great. Then we take this knockout, just plain and simple, because actually we don't hit it exactly. We would need a little bit of boost in energy. I mean, hitting the Venusaur though, that's a little bit. I mean, I have one down. I only have one in deck. How many Ultra Balls? I do have 3 Ultra Balls down. I think I'd go for the guaranteed play of just knocking out the Dawn Wings. Then next turn we Beast Ring and go for maybe. Let's just go for it. Let's live a little bit. All right, let's Max Elixir here. We do hit Max Elixir. Let's throw that onto the Shining Genesect, and then I guess we need to hit a Venusaur to double that up and knock it out. So let's go. I mean, let's see if we can have some fun. I think we Sycamore here. My Super Rod's not down. Let's just do it. And then we'll have 1 Beast Ring later in the game. That's like a little bit. Oh, we did not get there. Okay, so that's not good. I should not have done that. All right, so what are we at? We're at Gaia Blaster 2, 4, 6, 80, 130, 160. Oh, that's not enough. So that is bad. Bad. We needed to hit that Venusaur this turn for sure. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yep, 130, 160. We are short. So let's go ahead. Let's get ourselves something else out here. Man, oh, we prized 2 Ultra Ball. I should have looked at that, but I thought that I had 2 in deck. That is the reason that we deck check things. So let's try to save face here a little bit. Energy reload back, I think, just 1. And then I think we're just going to plug away with we're just going to Gaia Blaster here. We can Super Rod, get these things back in deck, but I think I might want to throw some energy back in deck here. Unfortunately, we might be missing out on the Beast Ring plays this game, which is just sad. But that's probably what it's looking like. So let's Super Rod 2. Let's throw a Venusaur. We need him. And 2 of these back into the deck. And then, yeah, let's just, yikes. I mean, I also need a Shining Genesect for sure. Yeah, I think we're probably going to go with that. And then let's Gaia Blaster here. And then hopefully, I don't know, hopefully we just kind of slow things down here. I mean, my opponent can knock out this Shining Genesect again next turn. That is frustrating, but if I can actually get this Venusaur into play, see 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow, I actually might just be out of energy. I think I had to just go with energy only on that Super Rod. So maybe we need to play more energy in this deck. That could be an option. Oh, they're going to take out the Ivysaur. Oh, yeah, that's great. Okay, take out the Ivysaur. That's perfect. That might have actually saved us here if they take out the Ivysaur, because I made a boo-boo here. I should not have Super Rodded. Should have gotten some of those energy back into play. So saving me here actually gives me a chance at potentially being able to stay in this game. And, ooh, we got Shining Mew in my opponent's deck. That's kind of cool. Get to Legendary Guidance, throw 2 energy back into the deck. So that's cool. And also my opponent can do this without getting rid of their energy on the Mew, but that's fine. I know I'm going to be able to knock this out with Shining Genesect. Love promoting the Pheromosa here for free retreat. That's super good as well. Let's just attach to this Genesect here. And then we're going to Cynthia. Hope we hit the Venusaur. So let's go for it. Cynthia, do we get a Venusaur, rare candy Venusaur? Come on. No, we do not, but we do have a Beast Ring, so that will help us to continue to get some energy flow going here. Let's just Beast Ring, throw. We have one energy left in deck. That's fine. And yes, I knew I was going to be low here, but I didn't know it was going to be that low. We desperately needed to get ourselves a Venusaur this game, and we just have not been able to do it. Venusaur is just MIA. I do love just like energy reloading this energy around though. Like, how fun is that? Check that out. So cool. All right, let's just here. Can we energy reload here? Yeah. No. Let's. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. That's fine. I forgot the Shining Genesect does not have free retreat. So here we go. Let's Gaia Blaster. I was like, we should attack with the one that doesn't have the choice band on it, but this is fine. This is the situation we're in now. So Well, there's an Ultra Ball. Now if we could just top deck Rare Candy, then our boys might be one-shotting things. But at this point, it's already kind of too little too late. We haven't taken like any prizes. So looks like the Shining Genesect deck is a bust, guys. Like this is not working out the way that I thought it would earlier today. And we're setting up okay. We didn't get Venusaur out this game. We are getting energy into play, but we're just not doing quite enough. Our Genesects are too easy for the opponent to knock out, and it is just way too painful losing 3 energy at a time. I mean, that is a lot of energy to try and keep in play, and it just is a ton of energy here. And these are the last 2 grass energies in my deck. I might have 1 or 2 prized, but that is just it. I mean, we're not really gonna be able to do anything here, literally, unless we got a rare candy. We need to rare candy into Venusaur like right now, so we need to do that. Let's see if we can end into it. I think maybe we put down the Pheromosa as kind of like a bait here, and then just end my opponent and hope that it buffs out. So let's see if we can do that. And oh, we got there. Okay, so we've got Rare Candy and Venusaur. So you're saying that like we have like a mild chance. It's not the best ever, but we can actually do it. Let's see here. We need to retreat into this one. And then I think we need to energy reload one of these back. That's fine. And we need to just be extremely careful like from here on out. So let's Gaia Blaster. We take a knockout on this Necrozma. That's good. We go down to 3 prizes. Hopefully we find an energy or something. I think we're like out though, like legit. Yeah, I think we're like totally out. I think this is the like last energy in my deck. So we need to take 2 prizes there. Then we need to take more prizes with this Shining Genesect. Then we need to finish things off with Beauty GX for 1 energy, which would be nuts. But we can do it. What's Beauty GX do again? This attack does 50 damage for each prize card your opponent has taken. So yeah, if they go down to like, if they go down to 2 prizes remaining, I can Beauty GX for 200 damage, which is like super cool. If they go to 1 prize remaining, that's down to like, oh, they Sycamore. What are they going to do? They have to hit a Necrozma really in order to knock me out. They can't really get there with this Dawn Wings. That only does 120, so we could get ourselves into a fine spot. Unless, of course, they are able to find that Ultra or that Necrozma GX. If they can find a Necrozma GX, there it is, then they should be fine. They just Psychic Recharge a couple times, and then they're going to blow this thing up. Then I have to go in with my Pheromosa GX, and I have to Beauty GX. That is my play, which then opens my opponent up to be able to end the game. If they could actually end the game with Moon's Eclipse GX, which is just super rough because they would actually be behind in prizes. So that is just bad. I think, what do I do here? We promote a free retreater, that's for sure. My opponent's going to 2 prizes. I can't knock this thing out, or my opponent can definitely Moon's Eclipse GX for game. So let's see. Do we have a Lele in deck still? No, we don't. That's a bummer. I would like to go Lele for N, but we don't have that. I have to imagine that my opponent probably has Guzma for game at this point, which is just brutal. They played 2 Guzma, so let's just we could wait for them to wait and see what they do this next coming turn, and then just go from there. Let's just Cynthia here. I think that I don't want to knock out. Yeah, I don't want to knock out that Necrozma at all. I don't want to do. Let's see. I could do just 110 to it. Cruel Spike. Can I actually knock anything out with Cruel Spike? No, I can knock out that Mew if I have Guzma actually. So let's retreat. Let's actually just do some damage here with this. I think we should have attached that grass to our Pheromosa GX though, but I was kind of spacing out. So we have to try and get our hands back on that Pheromosa GX or on that grass energy to attach to our Pheromosa GX, or else we're just like kind of out of the game. So it's just Gaia Blaster here. Now, if my opponent just has Guzma and an energy, then they've got game here on my Pheromosa, which is unfortunate. But we did, I don't know, we got kind of close here. There were some things that we had going for us. I have to imagine that they have Guzma. Mystery Treasure, yeah, they can get themselves a third Malamar. That's fantastic. Man, Shining Genesect. Wanted you to be able to get there, man. This deck just seems so fun, but it is just not quite powerful enough, unfortunately. We're doing everything that we set out to do. You know what deck we would probably destroy, though? I think we'd probably be really good against Greninja Break, which, unfortunately, there are not going to be enough Greninja Breaks at Madison Regionals, I think, to warrant doing all of that. So we could, let's see, if my opponent does this, then this thing's got like 130 damage on it. I could actually go in for, oh, they got Guzma. Yeah, good game. There goes my Pheromosa GX getting blown up. But, yep, so, I don't know. We did our best here. We weren't able to win any games, but those were my first 2 attempts at ever playing a Shining Genesect deck. I hope you all at least had some fun watching me try some non-meta stuff. This was not nearly as successful as that time that I tried Greninja GX. Greninja GX actually, was able to spit some fire on the competition. Genesect, I don't think so. I think that we're just going to probably pack that one up, put him away, and probably never touch him again. But, hey, we're going to show off the list one more time so you guys can see what a Forbidden Light Shining Genesect deck might look like. I mean, it could use some work. I think energy was a little bit tight. We were a little low on energy. I think the idea of Beauty GX is really good to end a game. Obviously, it's like super cool because all you need to do are just take like a certain amount of prizes with your Shining Genesects, and then you just Beauty GX for 1 energy at the end of the game and end things super quick. I like that, but there's just not a ton of room for everything that you need to run in this deck, unfortunately, and we just pulled up a little bit short both of those games. I do think that the idea has promise if you were to tweak it a little bit. It's just that some of these decks in format right now, Buzzwole and Malamar, are just both silly strong. They're both just so good that it's really kind of hard to warrant playing anything that's not just straight meta right now. So anyways, let me know, what do you guys think of the Venusaur deck in the comments below? Have you guys ever tried playing this? What's your favorite rogue deck to play? Let me know. Make sure to like the video, sub to the channel, ring that bell. Peace.